surveyed Americans in a June 2nd Empower report. Polling 1,001 adults said the ideal retirement age should be 58 years old, significantly younger than the 2024 retirement age of 64 for men and 62 for women, with 58% Americans retiring earlier than expected due to health-related reasons, 46% employment issues, 43% family reasons, 20% is financial stability, 21%. Caroline McClellan, a certified financial planner and founder of Life Planning Partners in Jackson, Florida, warned that retiring at age 58 means looking at 30 or 40 years of not working due to longer life expectations, advising you may end up coming up short, not having money enough if you quit work too early. She emphasized ensuring enough savings. The magic number for comfortable retirement per an April Northwestern Mutual report is an average of $1.26 million, down from $1.46 million the previous year. I don't know how the hell that happens. Yet 51% of respondents feared outliving their savings. No shit. With McLennan stressing the need to know how much is required to live on during retirement and save accordingly. Adam, thoughts on the story?
I mean, you know how you got mad at Vinny for calling people stupid? The people who actually believe that they're going to retire at 58 are stupid. You might want to use other words, uninformed, naive, misunderstood. You don't understand how much money you need for retirement and really what 58 is. We broke down Social Security the other day about how it was implemented during the New Deal under FDR. What was it? Age 62 it kicks in. 65 is was life expectancy at the time. Life expectancy now, if you're...
No, the other way.
Sorry,
Life
65,
expectancy
62.
was 61. Benefits began at 65.
Either way, 58 is such a ridiculous number.
Yeah.
It just shows how uninformed and naive a lot of people are about retirement. I told the story about my mom. My mom's 74. I said, Mom, you're going to work till you're 80. What else? You don't have any hobbies? I love you. You like hanging out with people. You work at a nurse's office, a hospital. Help the people. More and more people need to find meaning and get passionate about what they do, because get ready to work. You know, RuPaul said, you better work.
Work it, girl.
Work it, girl. You guys are going to be working for the next 30, 40, 50 years. In my opinion, retirement age needs to go up, not down. 58 should be flipped to 85.
Well, what's interesting is I looked at the survey a little bit more closely prepping today, and I noticed that it said the 1,001 respondents said the age should be 58. Meaning they wish they could retire at 58, which is what they were saying in the survey. That's what they're saying. And I'm not interpreting anything other than what was written there. I'm not interpreting at all. So retirement age should be 58. Okay, great. What that doesn't point out is purpose. The greatest, and I think this is part of the greatest speech, and it took very little time on retirement, was given by Bobby Bowden. They said, Coach Bowden, when are you going to retire?
That was my coach.
He says, I am in no hurry to retire because that means sitting at home waiting for one big event.
Death.
Exactly. That's what he said. And he said, as long as I have a passion for these kids, I'm going to be here on the sideline. And so...
He lived 93 years.
Good old Bobby Bowden.
That's exactly right.
Tom, you would have been retired 5 years ago, according to age 58. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not,
you're not sitting around waiting on death.
No. I'm on the Charlie Munger plan.
Kelly found out the other day how old you are. She was shell-shocked.
She thought you were way old.
No. She was shell-shocked when we told her how old you are. She couldn't believe it. Vinny.
So, and you actually...
Charlie Munger plan.
No, well, you brought this up a while ago, and I've been repeating this over and over about people, and, Adam's mom... Hi, Mom. She's out there watching. You brought this up, the study that employees who retired at 55 had almost double the risk of death within 10 years compared to those who retired at 65. Specifically, many who retired at 55 died before reaching 65. Then an Oregon State University study in 2016, people who retired at 66 had an 11% lower risk of dying early than those who retired early. And then early retirees had a 13% higher risk of death than those who retired early. By the way, the machine has to keep moving. Once you stop and you sit, I don't care if it's a Ferrari, a brand new Ferrari, leave it on your lawn for a couple of years and don't drive it. What happens to it? The battery's gonna die.
It's so interesting, Tom, when you're saying 1,001 should be 58, right? Would like it to be 58. But this is what I'm wondering for the people that said it should be 58. Well, guess what? If you, Mr. and Mrs. Retiree, if you made the right choices in your 20s instead of smoking weed and partying, if you worked your ass off in your 30s, 40s, and 50s and put yourself in a position to retire at 58, guess what? Go at it. But when you say should be, are some of the 1,001 saying that the government should allow me to retire at 58 years old and taxpayers pay for you? No. That's a no. I don't care what age a person chooses to retire. It's your prerogative. Do you want to do 42, 58, 79, 98? I don't care. It's your decision. Sitting down with a guy the other day, and good friend of mine, and it was such an awkward conversation. I said to him, I said, you know what's funny? What's that? He's probably listening to this. I said, you know what's funny? I said, I remember the guy when I first met how you used to work. And he says, what do you mean? I said, man, you don't work the way you used to work. You want me to work like as if I'm in my 20s? I'm like, I'm sorry, how old are you? You're similar age to me. You're acting like you're 72 years old. I said, by the way, if you made better choices in your 20s, 30s, and early 40s, you could have worked less if you wanted to, but you didn't. So you don't have a lot of options.
Yeah.
It's not like you have the luxury of not having to work. He put himself in a position that he can wake up anytime he wants, right? He worked with a company and he can be the $200,000 Uber, no responsibility, no kids, no nothing. I'm just I don't want a house. I don't want anything that's a long-term payment and I just got a bunch of cash I'm sitting on. Guess what? He can be living the life that he wants today and no one can tell him anything.
Wow.
Okay?
I'll take it.
You want
nuts.
But that doesn't mean people want to work with him. That just means he's put himself.
Why you got to go there?
No. But all I'm
just
saying was
you made me feel great about all my decisions, and then you'd be like,
well,
everyone
then
hates
there's
it.
that.
But this is where I'm going. Do you know where I was
Not
going
in
with
real
it?
life, PBD.
When I was trying to explain
Internet
to this
is in
guy.
real life.
Trying to explain to this guy, bro, 40 to 60 are your best working years of your life.
Yep.
And you're saying, you want me to work like as if in my 20s? No, more. Are you out of your mind? Yes. Yeah. What do you mean I work more? Because you screwed up in your 20s. You screwed up some of the money you had in your 30s. That's nobody else's fault. It happens. But you got to play offense. I'm working harder than I was in my 20s, and I'm enjoying life. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm not sitting there like, and the difference is, some of us have the luxury to stop and never have to work. And we can stop, and my kids don't ever have to work. We made some real good choices. But you think I'm going to have that happen with my kids? No. So the challenge with this number at the 58 thing is, if you said it should be 58 and you made the right choices, you should retire at 58. Go ahead. No one can tell you anything. But if you didn't make the right choices and you want the government and taxpayers to lower retirement age from 65 to 58, no. I think we need to increase Social Security to 75 years old. I think we increase the benefits starting at 75 years old. When the plan first came out, for every one person that was getting retired, getting Social Security, 40 people paid for one person retiring. Today, it's 2.5 per one person.
Jeez.
2.5 per one person. There's a chart that shows what was happening with the amount of people taking benefits. It just went like this, skyrocketed. Not sustainable. So no, I'm not with the 58.
Well, there's mathematics and there's longevity. If you're going to be on longevity side, you take away purpose and appreciation, you accelerate deterioration of human beings. And that's the people that retire early. And if they don't have purpose in life and appreciation, those two things keep you going. And guess what? Faith is a tremendous platform on which to put purpose and appreciation. Continue. You could retire from your regular job if you made good choices in your 60s, and then you could teach, you can volunteer. But if you don't have purpose and appreciation, you don't get longevity. The other thing is a math problem that you're bringing up, Pat, that the whole nation's got to figure out.
We want to show you the campus, especially those of you guys that are going to the vault. So if you've already bought a ticket, great. Rob's going to put the link here for you to go register. If you bought a ticket, you get to bring a guest with you just to see the tour. Some of you guys are going to be able to get on private jets and actually see what a private jet's like. And some of you guys are going to see some exotic cars. And I'm not just talking about some regular cars. I'm talking some very weird-looking cars that cost a couple $1 million. That'll be this Wednesday. If you haven't yet bought your ticket, we are literally 2 weeks away from the Vault Conference. This is when all of a sudden everybody starts buying the tickets and, oh my God, I got to get the ticket. I got to go, which is great. But this is causing tickets to sell out as well. If you're somebody that hasn't yet purchased your ticket, go to thevaultconference.com, thevaultconference.com. Rob, can you put the link below? Thevaultconference.com. If we have a QR code for them to go there as well, get yourself a ticket. Generals will be able to network with around 400-500 people. Platinums and executives will get a tour by a couple of our associates. Anybody that's got a founder or CEO ticket, I'm going to be giving you a tour of the entire facility. Excited to see everybody here. We're going to have some hors d'oeuvres, some food. You know, it's going to be you'll see stuff before a lot of other people will see it. So again, if you're in South Florida or surrounding, people are traveling from other countries here to just come for this. But if you haven't yet, go to thevaultconference.com, get your ticket, and go register with the link below. Add a guest. We'll see you here in 48 hours. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.